In this episode, we honor not just the internationally awarded TAG 2024 Songwriter of the Year, but a storyteller of the soul, the writer of every lyric and every chord of our most heartfelt, most loved songs, Paubaya, Pabalik Sa'yo, Kumpas, Ikaw at Ako, with our very own Jason Marvin.
When was the time you just stopped defending yourself from people? How do you still express yourself if you can't express it through lyrics? May naturo ba yung judgment na hindi naturo ng success?
Kaya ako umiiwas sa mga liars kasi ako sa liar.
Everyone, let's welcome Jason Marvin Hernandez, who just recently won 2024 TAG Victorious Awards. Jason, congratulations. Grabe. Pumunta sa international. But I'd like to know more about this. Is there or there are particular songs na napasok dito sa Songwriter of the Year?
I think yung naging basehan nila for that award is yung mga hits na we all ni-released from the very beginning. So we have that yung Ikaw at Ako, Paubaya, Kumpas, Pabalik Sa'yo. So most of them kasi were penned by me. Yung the lyrics, especially the music. So I think it's yung catalog lang ng songwriter as a whole.
Oh, wow. And that is for, I'll put it here, that is for 2024. Dinadamay ba nila yan kahit you released that 2023?
Yeah, kasama pa rin siya.
Wow, wow. So I'd like to know more since we're talking about the song, no? Your lyrics would really put a lot of vulnerability in it. Yes. How do you still express yourself if you can't express it through lyrics, through songs? How else would you think would you be doing it?
Well, Coach, ako kasi, I'm a storyteller by heart. So, even if kami-kami lang mga magkakaibigan, the way I would tell my stories, very, very dramatic. Di naman dramatic.
May plot ba?
May intro yan, and then may build up, and then may climax, and then may progression.
Okay.
May succession, gano'n. So, feeling ko if hindi ako songwriter, I would be a director.
Oh, nice. So it's still more on the creative side. And then you still tell the story there, direct. Okay. I thought you were gonna say, I'm gonna be a screenwriter.
Yeah, screenwriter, pwede din.
Oh.
I actually, sometimes, meron akong mga short stories na sinusulat.
Oh, nice.
Ever since I was a teenager, yung nabuksan yung mata ko sa romance, ganyan, hilig ako sulat ng mga short stories. That's why ngayon, when I would write songs, lagi ko in-imagine yung scene. Ano yung scene? Like, umuulan ba? Sino yung characters? Basa na ba yung damit nila sa ulan? Umiiyak ba sila? Nakikita ba sila ng mga tao? Nasa Pilipinas ba sila? Malamig ba? Mainit ba? So talagang ini-imagine ko yung emotion whenever I would write songs.
That's beautiful. Alam mo, Jason, there's this person's gift. We call it visionary. Feeling ko visionary ka in that creative mindset. No? But do you also apply that same power of being a visionary to, say, career or success? Parang alam mo na magiging ganun ka, pero hindi mo lang ma-explain.
Well, I have goals. I have plans. Pero kasi nakita ko sa sarili kong buhay na si Lord laging higher yung plans niya. So,
yes.
So, meron akong, I always have a plan, but hindi siya yung nakataga sa bato. I'm always open to if may paplano si Lord, if may detour, if may... So, kaya, ako, even disappointments, syempre lahat tayo, we want yung mga experiences na beyond our dreams, beyond what we expected. But meron din mga moments na madi-disappoint ka talaga, na na-expect mo for it to happen this way and then hindi. Akala mo ito na, biglang hindi. So, ako, I just learned to live life na, you know what, yung mga hindi ko makontrol, ano na yan, scalar na yan. I'm just gonna be in the present. I'll enjoy my life right now. I'll enjoy the people I'm with. Sino yung kausap ko ngayon, sino yung kasama ko ngayon. And then, it's just a perfect balance of, ano na yun. Kasi mahirap rin naman yung to live life na just, alam mo yun, para kang tissue na hinahangin. Na wherever the wind blows. Ako, I think it's always finding that balance. Na yes, you have a direction, but you're also like a sailboat. Yung sailboat, sige, it's led by the wind, pero meron pa rin siyang rudder. Meron pa rin siyang way to navigate through the seas.
Yes, yeah. I like when you say that kasi you like a sailboat. I also do sailing eh. May mga sailboat, meron siyang machine. Pero hindi mo talaga ma-feel or acknowledge na sailman ka, parang sailor ka, kung hindi siya by the wind. Parang pinipeke mo yung journey, gano'n. Pero Jason, with talking about disappointment, and I'm sure a lot of people would like to hear this. Disappointed ka na, napagod ka na, frustrated ka. Where else would you get that hope from? Kung parang feeling mo, grabing detour to talagang nag-U-turn pa na wala pa sa ere.
Well, syempre, to begin with, when I experienced yung mga ganung klaseng challenges in my life, talagang hindi lang yung disappointment, yung talagang nakakalunod na lungkot na experience ko yun. Yung time na I really ran towards the Word of God. As in, binuksan ko yung YouTube, tapos I made sure na naka-play lang yung preaching, kahit sila, Pastor Pao, Pastor Jeff, Pastor Joey, Bill Johnson, Stephen Furtick, lahat. Talagang pinakinggan ko na 24/7. It just needs to be always playing. Kasi para akong naging sponge na kailangan, I need to think like Christ. I need to see this the way He sees it. Kailangan talagang, it's called the renewed mind of Christ. So kailangan ko talagang paguhin yung utak ko. And that can only happen through, yung babad.
Right.
Hindi siya pwedeng pag-aralan mo, okay, and then, kasi nakakalimutan mo. Pero pag babad, paulit-ulit. That's how you think. Scriptural, biblical. Eventually, you start to see na, the more time you spend sa presence ni Jesus, you actually start to become more and more like Him. Think like Him, believe like Him, love like Him, forgive like Him.
So what I'm getting from you, parang, I'm Jason, I know my goal, I know my purpose. But, pag nag-fail ka, na-disappoint, or parang hindi mo na alam yung route to take, you always remind yourself there's a higher being na magre-route sa'yo. But it takes a lot of process, no? Especially when you're misunderstood and misjudged. Talking about that you really feel that you have the higher power to remind you. When was the time you just stopped defending yourself from people? You also stopped defending your silence. Parang, I'll say whatever na.
Well, I think hindi man ako umabot dun sa point na, you know what, I don't care na about people. Kasi, honestly, I still do care.
Yes.
I still do get affected. That's why I had to sometimes talagang silence my phone. Talagang to go offline. Kaya that's why in 2022 I moved to El Nido. Kasi gusto ko lang to get away from all the noise, all the comments, all the bashing.
Right.
It still does affect me. Hindi man ako magpapaka-plastic na. Hindi, wala na akong pake.
Right.
But I also learned na you can control kung kanino magbibigay yung attention mo. So, there's this, my favorite story sa Bible, na si King David, nung bago pa siya maging king, dinala niya ng bread and cheese yung kuya niya. And then yung kuya niya, what are you doing here sa battlefield? Gusto mo magpasikat dito? Blah, blah, blah. Basically, inaasar siya nung ano pangalan ng kuya niya? And then, the Bible says, then David turned his attention elsewhere. Sabi ko, pwede pala yan. So, every time na may ako, I call it langaw eh. Yung mga trolls, every time may langaw, just either alisin mo yung sarili mo dun sa situation na yan, lipat ka ng kwarto, or buksan mo yung bintana, paalisin mo. Basta you turn your attention elsewhere. May it be a song, may it be worshiping God, may it be watching Friends, How I Met Your Mother, I don't know. Pero you are in control of kung kanino mo bibigay yung attention.
Right. So, also, kung saan mo nilalagay yung attention mo, that's where your energy goes. Right? Parang, where your attention goes, your energy follows. Ganun lang siya. But I also like you to tell our audience, minsan sobra naman yung pag-attention giving mo sa iba. Parang, nagiging denial na siya. Hindi mo na ina-acknowledge yung, okay, I'm hurt right now, I'm vulnerable, it's not time to move on. So I'd like for you to also speak to those people. Jason, you were judged hugely and badly. Marami din dyan. But what happens is, we try to deny na in pain pa tayo. No? Minsan naman, nag-social media na, lahat-lahat na ginagawa, mas nagiging anxious pa. So tell me more about that healthy attention reroute.
So, what I did for myself, kasi I can't speak for other people kung paano yung healing process nila. Pero for me, sobrang nakatulong kasi you surround yourself with the right people na you can trust, who will walk with you, who will listen to you, who won't judge you. And being around those people na minsan ang laking bagay nung makwento mo lang yung hinanakit mo, hinaramdaman mo, that plays a big part sa healing. Kasi, nalalabas mo yung sama ng loob. I think it's a combination of, alam mo yung parang sa fitness, you stay away from sugar and carbs, and at the same time, you eat healthy protein, gulay, diba, the healthy stuff. And at the same time, you lift weights, you do cardio. So I think it's a combination. It's a three-legged chair na kailangan mong for me it would be you like I said kanina na ibababad mo yung sarili mo sa truth ni God. Number 2 is you stay away from things that trigger you. So yung diet mo. Tapos when it comes naman to resistance training, you really have to train yourself to hindi mo kasi pwedeng takbuhan yung problema. It's always gonna be there.
I'm sure you tried it, but it didn't work.
I really did try. But darating talaga yung mga opportunities na bibigyan ka ni God na kailangan mo tumapang. Kaya nga, di ba sa Bible, ilang beses na inutos natin, be strong and courageous, be strong and courageous, be strong and courageous. Kasi you really have to, to face it.
Yes.
So, but then again, hindi ka rin naman magbubuhat ng bench press na 300 kilos agad. Diba? So, kailangan dahan-dahan din.
Yes, so, it's a journey, it's a process. Right?
So I think it's just always one step at a time. Stick to a workout na you can na kaya mong panindigan. So the same with healing, na huwag mong bibiglain sarili mo, but huwag mo rin masyadong tatakbuhan. It's really balance.
Oo, tama. Kasi ngayon, maraming di ba yung parang sa social media bigla naging psychologist yung lahat ng mga tao. Normalize this, normalize that. In a sense, it's actually finding your own strength and your own weakness. And then, from there, you really apply the balance in life. The generations right now, go ahead.
I think it's, sobrang important din na you're true to yourself.
Right.
Kasi pag dininay mo, pag niloko mo, sometimes, magaling talaga tayong maging, alam mo yun, naliloko natin yung sarili natin. Hindi okay na ako, hindi okay na ako. So biglang, for example, nadala ka sa isang situation na babalik lahat ng sakit. Magulat ka na, di ba pala ako okay?
Yes.
So sometimes you really have to, no, not sometimes. Most, like, all the time you really have to be true to yourself na, okay na ba ako? Kaya ko na ba to? Or na-forgive ko na ba? Or alam mo yun, masakit pa ba? Ganun.
Right. Talking about yung pain, no, and trigger. Naniniwala din ako, Jason. Time traveler siya eh. Biglang, example, kalmado ka na, no? Tapos biglang, may nangyari lang sa restaurant, pumika ka na eh, snap out of it, parang, for other people, ang OA ng reaction mo naman, Jason. Pero for you, parang hindi eh, masama siya ganun. Kasi parang yung present moment, siya na yung naging ano mo, trigger mo, gano'n. Nangyari ba yan sa'yo? Dahil nga, you tried to escape?
Yeah. Actually, I didn't even try to escape it. Sometimes meron lang talagang mga sulok na hindi pa pala cleared.
Right.
Like ito, isang specific example. Parang trauma, they're called trauma response. Sa ibang tao, it looks irrational.
Right.
OA mo naman, duwag mo naman, blah. Ayun yung mga ayaw natin, yung natao, yung mga i-invalidate yung trauma response mo. That's why sobrang dito papasok yung communication and grace. Iba-iba kasi yung pinanggalingan natin, iba-iba yung background natin, iba-iba yung fears natin. For me, hindi big deal yun, pero sa iba big deal yun.
Right.
Yun yung na-realize ko na hindi pala level yung playing field.
Right.
Iba-iba pala talaga ang pinagagalingan ng mga tao.
Yes. Kasi yung pain, it will teach you another lesson. Iba naman yung perspective ng pain sa ibang tao.
Yeah.
Pero Jason, I'd like to, since you have an interesting take on how you respond to your trauma, I'd like to know more of your upbringing. May ganun din bang pattern ka nakita sa parents mo? That's why it wasn't easy, but you still were able, and I feel it from you. Para bang biglang, acceptance. Surrender. May ganun din bang pattern yung parents mo? That's why.
Yes. Well, actually, until now, I look at my parents, and even if like 32 na ako, I still look at them as my anchors. My dad, never ko nakita yung nagalit buong buhay ko. Very calm, very secured. And ngayon na-realize ko na hindi pala ganun kadali yung pinagdaanan nila. Kasi nung bata ako, mukhang madali for them. Kasi lagi silang chill lang eh.
Parang yung stillness is always there.
So, I think na-instill sa akin yun na, you know, whatever you go through, whatever life throws at you, kaya mo yan. I mean, especially na we have the promises of God na you won't be tempted beyond what you can bear. Yung mga ganong problems. Yung mga ganong promises na pangahawakan natin. And I saw that sa parents ko. Ngayon na mas matanda na ako, naintindihan ko na grabe pa rin mga pinagdaanan. Sobra. Pero hindi sila I never saw them panic. I never saw them, alam mo yun, I mean, I see them na sad. I see them bicker at times. Pero hindi sila yung talagang jump ship na.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. There's stillness and chaos, kumbaga, no? Ang hirap kaya nung ganon. Masasabi ba, for example, I keep hearing you about choosing your circle, you know, just release your pains and emotion, dun sa taong hindi ka i-judge and everything else. Does that mean hindi ka na magiging open to opening and welcoming other advice from outside your circle? Is that how guarded you have become now?
Ako personally, I judge the character based sa how I feel. talk to them, how I converse with them. And then if I feel na safe around them, then I would open up. Pero if I feel na parang wala naman akong parang sama pakinggan. Pero yung parang wala naman akong makukuha sa tao.
Yeah, but
in terms
true,
of not monetary, pero in terms of like
substance.
Parang mas bibigat lang yung buhay ko pag pinapasok ko to sa circle ko.
That's discernment.
Yeah.
Actually, yes. Pero you don't have to like verbalize that, no?
Especially yung ang iniiwasan ko talaga is yung backstabber.
Right.
Parang ako, if you're doing that, parang,
Right,
diba?
right, that's true.
Or liars. So parang, sorry, out, you're out.
We're talking about backstabbing and liars and different traits na ayaw natin, no?
Yeah.
But Jason, may naturo ba yung judgment na hindi naturo ng success? Parang, ngayon, stage na to, ako yung judge siya. Teka lang.
Sobra. Sobrang dami. I call it the valley season. Kasi pag mountain season ka, blessed,
Yes.
sikat, husband goals, tawag sa akin. Pero like, alam ko kasi na kaya ako umiiwas sa mga liars kasi I was a liar. I mean, dami ko naloko also. So, sabi ko, I learned from my lesson na ayoko na ng ganun. From this point forward, gusto ko na lang ng mapayapa, gusto ko na lang yung mga tunay na kaibigan, gusto ko na lang yung mga kaibigan na hindi naiinggit sa akin pero who actually wants me to soar. Yung mga tao na gusto kong around me. Pero going back to your question na kung may naturo ba yung valley season, sobrang dami. First of all, it taught me humility. Far from perfect.
Yes.
Pero yabang ko kasi talaga before. As in, siyempre hindi ako yung parang mayabang na
showy.
Na showy.
Yeah.
Yung yabang ko is more on I judged internally.
Right.
Parang ginagawa nito, simple-simple lang naman. Yung parang gano'n, very critical spirit and I hated that. Now that I look back na ngayon ko naiintindihan na no, hindi lahat maayos yung pamilya like you, Jason, growing up. Hindi lahat ano mo yun, as comfortable yung buhay like you. Hindi lahat may talent, hindi lahat lumaki like you, ganun, basically. So, it taught me empathy also. So, mas naiintindihan ko ngayon kung ano yung pinagagalingan na tao, ano yung kailangan niya, ano yung fears niya. It actually taught me how to be a better reader of non-verbal cues. Yung mga glimpse, mga simpleng double blink, yung mga ganon. Kasi, I don't know. Siguro as a songwriter din, mas naging observant ako sa mga pinagagalingan.
Parang na-heighten pa yung sensitivity mo, no? In one sense. Kasi, okay, at times, you felt uptight and overly righteous. Biglang, teka lang, ako na yung nasa position yung ginajudge ko dati. I will understand yung time na yon na parang dark and chaotic for you. May time ba na parang ayoko na maging Jason songwriter?
Sobrang dami. Actually, yung move ko sa El Nido, I was ready to just parang, magtago na lang ako doon. Yung maglokal na lang ako doon, na lang ako doon. Like, I just dito sa simpleng business ko sa airport. Tapos, ano mo yun, na lang ako sa beach.
Ano ba to? In hopes that nobody would know you?
Hindi naman sa ganon. But more on, parang napagod lang ako sa showbiz. Or like, sa yung dito sa Manila na everywhere I go, parang, hindi naman ako artista na sobrang, like, Samuel Dior, yung talagang kakaguluhan. But, they do notice pa rin And parang gusto ko lang maging low-key na lang.
Right. And part of that, I'm sure you'd agree, yung stare ba na pwedeng kumain na lang muna ako. Yung mga stare na gano'n. Sensitive ka pa rin ba sa mga ganyang cues?
Yeah, meron pa rin.
Okay, meron pa rin siya. Okay. But would you say now, iba na yung response mo sa gano'n? More accepting na?
I think ngayon, mas yung inner strength ko, mas mas established na, mas malakas na. Kasi, gets ko na, yes, tatatak pa rin sa tao na yung pagkakamali ko, ganyan. Totally respect that. Pero ako kasi personally, alam ko the past 3 years, God has been so good sa akin, and I really did learn my lesson. And I really did, I mean, ang weird that's coming from me, pero I mean, I'm actually better. And actually like myself now.
Right.
So I think it's all about, it's a big part na you actually like yourself. Yung confidence na yun, yung security na yun, na buo ka na as a person. So, kung ano yung opinion nila, kung ano yung sabihin nila, I will still hear comments. I know sa sarili ko na, hindi na ako yun. Ang layo ko na from that.
That's nice. Talking about yung secure ka na. Minsan kasi, like, okay, total package ka. Good looking, songwriter, tapos, ka pa, you can perform and work with big names, no? Was there a time na you wish people knew, actually, insecurity ko nga to, tapos tinatry ko lang yung sarili ko. Pwede bang give me a break? So, ang nangyayari minsan, di ba, when you're insecure in this area, yung atake mo sa iba, magyayabang ka, mga ganun.
Yeah. Kaya nga even if we were on top of the OPM charts for like 6-7 years, yung mga hits na nilalabas namin, we were so insecure. Well, I mean, ako na lang. I was so insecure.
About? So that's hard to believe and hear, ha?
Hindi kasi very, very fearful kami na, okay, how do we, nung nag-hit yung isang song, how do we keep this up? Okay, one hit wonder lang ba? And then nung second song, okay, baka chamba lang. Third song, may, especially kapag when we perform with other artists, parang we always very critical ako with how I perform. Parang, ang galing ng Four Spades, ang galing ng Ben and Ben, ang galing ng So parang I always, ang hirap kasi kapag yung security mo nakabase sa how the crowds cheer of sobrang sobrang shaky ng ganong klaseng security.
So parang feeling mo mas yung palakpak na sa ibang kampo versus me. I'm no better.
Parang naapektuhan yung value. Honestly, ngayon, now looking back na parang hindi maganda yung ganun.
Yes, I'm so sure hindi siya. But take me back to the time in your childhood na masyado kang nag-cling on to the validation of the crowd. Alam mo na sanang magaling ka. Kasi may hugot yung Jason eh. If like, me hearing it from you now, sabihin ko, babaw naman ito. Gaganda na ng nasa hit chart na lahat. Tapos yung clap lang ng tao.
Yeah. I think it stems from yung kung childhood lang yung pag-uusapan na. I think yung dalawang ate ko kasi they're very smart. Like, lagi sila, like, pag nasa dining table kami, Mommy, I got 94, ako 96, ikaw, Jace lang. Nag-special number ako kanina sa flag ceremony.
Talaga? Okay.
Wala, hindi ako I mean, yung grades ko, sakto lang, 83, 84, gano'n. Hindi ako academically
inclined.
But, every time I perform, every time I sing or pick up the guitar, laging, galing.
Right.
So parang ako, parang baka ito yung Like, this is
Ito
my
yung
turf.
mayayabang ko.
Ito yung mayayabang ko.
Oo.
So, yun. Parang ganun yung mindset ko na parang for you to be loved or appreciated, you have to perform.
It's rooted from that validation. It's interesting, no? And I'd like our viewers to hear that, especially to parents. I'm not yet a parent, I can't speak for them. Parents also have their own inner child in them, no? Yung mga compare, we really have to be mindful on that kasi yung akala nilang chill ka lang, wala kang pakialam sa grades mo, tinatandaan mo pala. Kasi what I am getting from you, Jason, naging defense mechanism pa yung pagiging performer mo na. Okay, hindi ako magaling sa school, pero gagalingan ka pa dito para yung mas maraming palakpak sa akin, mas magaling ako sa siblings ko, or anybody. Kaya lang, would you say na yung consumption naman niya, yung overconsumption of that, it led towards that being your identity na nawala na yung Jason ka lang na hindi ka naman nagsusulat, Jason ka lang na, you know, you're okay in the couch. May ganun bang factor na naging identity mo na lang yung songwriting?
Jason Marvin finds his notes once more, not just melodies on the page, but a heart that echoes both breaking and healing. In the pause, he found humility, and in humility, strength. This isn't just a return to music, but a return to himself. Catch us in our third episode as we dig deeper into the story of Jason Marvin Hernandez.